Hello YouTube, this is Crazy Dave coming to you with another video. This is a tabletop review of my Smith & Wesson M&P, which is military and police, 1522 sport model. This is a Gen 2 model. Excellent weapon. They've done an outstanding job. It's an awesome rifle. Well done, Smith & Wesson. You really made the grade. I'm convinced, I don't know if they planned it this way, but I am convinced Smith & Wesson set out to make an AR-15 in a 22 caliber rifle. You can get AR-15s in 308s, 223s, 5.56. Now you can get an AR-15 in 22. I say that because AR stands for Armalite rifle, not assault rifle, not army rifle, but Armalite rifle. Armalite is a company just like Smith & Wesson, and they were the first ones to come out with a rifle in this design. 15 is a model, so you have Armalite rifle model 15, which is what AR-15 stands for. That in mind, this is an AR-15. Armalite sold the rights to Colt, and from there it's continued on to different manufacturers. Now many manufacturers all over the world make the AR-15 Armalite model. It's a perfect training tool for manipulating controls, mag changes. One thing I will mention, this, unlike other 22 replicas, this has fully functioning charging handle and a last shot bolt hold open, and that's made possible, as you can see, mag release is in the same spot, works just like the centerfire version. But what makes the bolt hold open possible is this little pin here. I don't know if you can see it, but as the rounds slowly deplete, this pin climbs up and pushes on a little lever inside the lower receiver that holds your bolt open. Again, paying attention to the little details. Well done, Smith & Wesson, well done. In addition to that, on this side you have a paddle, and on all 22 replicas that have a paddle, the paddle that I have seen is just molded into the lower. It does not function. However, on this one, it's a fully functioning bolt release. You push it, it releases a bolt. Again, details. Outstanding, Smith & Wesson. Really good. I love it. The safety is exactly like the centerfire version. Same tension, same feel, same size, same function, same place. This, same tension, same size, same feel. Everything about this rifle is or screams AR-15. They have done an outstanding job. The quality is excellent, marvelous. It's all polymer, well, except for the barrel and the bolt carrier, which we'll get into. It's all polymer, which makes it extremely light. We'll get into that a little bit further on. But all the controls is exactly like sorry about that, folks. It's exactly like the AR-15, because this is an Armalite replica, like any AR, and tears down exactly like any AR. You push your pin, pull it out, give it a light tap, and open she comes. You take your bolt carrier, take bolt carrier out just like on any AR, and this is where it differs. This is not your typical AR-15 bolt carrier. This is a dedicated 22. It's dedicated to this rifle. It will not work in any other AR. It's not designed for any other AR. It's just for this rifle, or their pistol version, which we'll get into later. It's a stainless steel bolt, Slides on hardened steel rails. Very smooth, very nice, very well made. Quality is outstanding, like very, very well made. Definitely very carefully thought out, planned, and put together. Excellent job, excellent. Your charge handle, exactly like an AR-15, only shorter. You don't need a long charge handle to rack a 22. But everything about it is exactly like the AR-15. You have your release pin that has the same tension, same feel, same function as on the centerfire version. In fact, you might even be able to put this in a centerfire version, I don't know. Again, paying attention to the little details. That's what really matters. And Smith & Wesson has got it right. Thanks, guys. You've really done a good job. It goes back together just like any Armalite rifle. Flawless. This is extremely reliable and accurate. Out of the box, just with the steel sights, I was shooting 1.5 inches at 25 yards, and I was only off center by about 1/2 inch to 1 inch, which is surprisingly accurate right out of the box with steel sights. Very reliable. It will shoot any 22 ammo you put in it, it'll shoot it. I have gone through lots of rounds, shot lots of rounds downrange. I've gone through about 2,500 rounds. Most of them now have been CCI or American Eagle, but I have shot, you name it, I've shot it. Winchester 5.55s, Winchester 333s, Federal bulk ammo, Golden bullets, Winchester Super X, of course CCI and American Eagle. It will shoot anything you feed it and shoot it reliably. I have had maybe, I would say probably 10 at the most in stovepipes or jams of some sort with a cheaper ammo. With the American Eagle or the CCI, I have yet to have any malfunctions. No stovepipes, no failure to feeds, no failure to eject, no jamming, flawless with the CCI and the American Eagle. Cheaper ammo, like I said, I've had a few stovepipes, I've had quite a few failure to fires. Not the fault of the rifle, the striker hits the primer every time, just that the bullet does not fire, and that's the fault of the manufacturer of the bullet, not the gun. The gun is doing its, hang on, the dogs are acting up. Sorry about that, folks. So he shoots all kinds. Now, this gun comes, we're getting into the details of the gun now, or rifle. It comes with a steel barrel. This is not a shroud. This is a thick steel barrel from the front all the way to the back. Same thickness, it doesn't taper. I love thick barrels. Excellent job. It comes with an A2 style birdcage flash hider. It comes with an A2 style pistol grip and an A2 style sliding stock. Now I have changed the sliding stock on this one because I prefer the fatter cheek well. That's just me personally. But keep in mind, if you're changing your sliding stock, it has to be mil spec. This is all polymer. This is not a real buffer tube. There's no need for a buffer spring in the back with a 22. So to cut costs and pass it on to us, thanks Smith & Wesson, I appreciate it. They have molded the polymer buffer tube into the lower. And for that reason, you have to have a mil spec sliding stock. You go commercial grade, it will not fit. Can't stress that enough. Has to be mil spec. Comes with the A2 style pistol grip. Comes with a AR-15 trigger, which will accept any AR-15 trigger. So no matter what you have on your centerfire model, you can put that same trigger into this. This will accept any AR-15 accessory. Outstanding job, Smith & Wesson. You did it right. Finally, someone who has done it right. The foregrip here on the sport model is thinner and more ergonomic, much more comfortable to hold than the fatter one with the Picatinny rail on the original 1522. Outstanding job. Canada has a 10-round limit due to the pistol version. Smith & Wesson makes a pistol version to this weapon. In Canada, all pistols are pinned at 10 rounds. It's illegal to have any pistol that has the capability of shooting more than 10 rounds from its magazine. For that reason, the pistol uses the exact same magazine as this, and for that reason, this is now regulated at 10 rounds. I know, it bites. It's a law, and we're not here to break the law, we're here to have fun. And believe me, this is fun. Changes that I have made. First and foremost, working from the front, I've gone through a bipod, or put on a bipod. It's made by Firefield. Got it at Cabela's for $49. It's a solid base for when you're shooting, and what I like is it comes with a tilt feature. So if you're on uneven ground or shooting from something that's not level, you can level up the rifle and get the job done. Outstanding feature. I like it. Glad I bought it. Because the gun is polymer, it's lighter. Out of the box, this gun weighs in at 5 pounds. Now not here, because I've added all of this stuff. The stuff I've added adds a pound to a pound and a half. So this particular gun, as she sits here, is about 6.5 pounds. But out of the box, with nothing else on it, and an empty 25 round magazine, it comes in at 5 pounds. Much lighter than an AR-15. I've also added a military grade flashlight. I don't know if you'll be able to see it here. I'll try. This is a selector switch for you to select what it is you want to use, and this is a pressure pad. Now what you want to do is look right here, right at this part here, and I don't know if you'll see it. Pushing it with the naked eye, you can't see that light. It's a night vision light. Works well with night vision goggles. With night vision, it's very bright, lights up the room, but nobody else can see it if they're not using night vision. It's invisible to the naked eye. It also comes, move the selector switch, with a very bright flashlight, very bright flashlight. It also comes, now you want to look at the bottom here, it also comes with a laser. I don't know if it's showing it. Right in the bottom here. I don't know if it's showing it or not. I can't tell with the camera. But excellent feature. There's nothing on this gun that I don't use. I hate to see people cram the gun with stuff that they don't need or don't use. I mean, sometimes they get ridiculously outrageous with it. Everything on this gun I use. I do a lot of night shooting out at the range. I use a bipod because at 220 yards you have to be as stable as you can, especially with a 22 bullet. I've also added Trigicon 4 times magnified scope. Let me just get rid of this bipod here. As you can see, it folds forward when you're not using it. Trigicon 4 times scope. 220 yards is kind of hard for my old eyes to focus on little targets. So it comes in handy. I really love it. Excellent. What I like about Trigicon is it has fiber optics here. So you have no need for batteries. Batteries never die because you don't have any. At night time, when you're using a flashlight, the black crosshairs still remain, so you can still sight in. Excellent, excellent addition. I have also put on a single point sling mount. Now there's no provision here for one. I drilled a little hole and then screwed this in place, and it's worked really fine. It's good quality polymer. There's no chance of it cracking or stripping or anything. It's really, really good quality polymer. And polymer has been around for a long time. This is perfect for gophers, squirrels, rabbits, any small game. Now in Canada, it's restricted, so you can only take it to a gun range or on your personal property. So if you're a farmer, I don't see why you wouldn't be able to use it for critter control. It's your property. I don't see why you wouldn't be able to use it, but it's only legal on your property or at a gun range, to and from a gun range. You can't carry it out in the bush in Canada because it's restricted. Shoots fast, shoots really fast. It will pump them out as fast as you can pull the trigger with no hang-ups. Very reliable, very nice to shoot. Shoots fast. It kicks less because it's a 22. Like I said, the rifle is lighter. This, as she sits here, is 6.5 pounds, which is lighter than your centerfire version. So it's lighter and much more affordable to shoot. Every time I go to the range, I go through a brick, which is like 500 rounds, and a brick costs me anywhere from $40 to $65, depending on what quality of 22 you're getting. The CCIs are the more expensive ones, and the Winchester 555s are the cheaper ones. So it just depends where along the line you fall. Much more affordable shoot. You do that with 223s or 556, it'll add up real quick. Because it's a smaller bullet, you can pack and carry more ammo due to the lighter weight. Lighter, smaller bullets. Perfect test bed. Perfect test bed for add-on furniture for AR-15. You want to know what a light or a scope or a foregrip looks and feels like on your AR-15? Slap it onto this. This will accept anything that an AR-15 will accept, other than your bolt carrier. Put them on, slap it on, take it to the range. Go nuts, shoot 500 rounds, shoot 1,000. Get to know the feel and function of what you're putting on. Use it, practice with it, get familiar with it. Slap it on your AR-15 and it'll take over right there. Like, you'll already be accustomed to it, because this is an AR-15. Excellent, perfect test bed for add-on furniture for your AR-15s. Perfect entry-level gun for beginners, women, kids, people who are timid about guns. Show them this. It's a 22, it doesn't kick, it's light, it's quiet, it's nowhere near as loud as your centerfire version. It's not as scary. There's no hidden surprises, it's not going to jolt your shoulder. Perfect, perfect entry-level weapon. Cheaper than the earlier model. This is, like I said, the sport model, M&P 1522 Sport. It's cheaper than the original version, Depending on where you buy it, you can save $75 to $100. It's a savings Smith & Wesson had and passed on to their customers. Thanks, Smith & Wesson, I appreciate it. Another thing I've done to this weapon is I've highlighted all the engraved writings. It doesn't come with these white or red markings. All the writing, everything here, I've done. Go on the internet, you can find out how. It's not that hard to do. Tactical 22? I think so. It has the ability to carry anything an AR-15 can carry. Functions exactly like one. Has the capability of high capacity magazines. Not in Canada, but anywhere else that allows it. It'll shoot as fast as you can pull the trigger. And it's a weapon you can depend on. It's reliable. So yes, I'd say tactical 22. Home defense? Sure, why not? Why not? I wouldn't want to stand in front of this with somebody pulling the trigger. 22 round is a very lethal weapon and can be lethal for yards and hundreds of yards. I don't know if you're aware of it, but the Israeli Mossad, or whatever they call that, special forces for the Israel army, they use a Ruger 1022 as a go-to close quarter sniper rifle. That's how lethal a 22 can be. So why not home defense? This is very light to carry, very reliable, shoots as fast as you can pull the trigger, and is extremely lethal. So why not home defense? Very easy to manipulate because of its weight. Target acquisition is very quick, so why not? That's about it for my review, YouTube. It's been a pleasure bringing it to you. Hope you enjoy it. If you like it, like it. If you don't, don't. If you want to subscribe, subscribe. If you don't, then don't. It's been fun bringing it to you. I hope to bring more like this to you. As usual, always shoot straight, be safe, and have fun. That's what it's all about. Thanks for watching, YouTube.